In the red corner with the Irishman, Conor McGregor. To get us started, as always, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 7 wins, 2 losses. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 145 pounds. Fighting out of Waianae, Hawaii, Max Blast Holloway. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 13 wins, 2 losses. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 146 pounds. Fighting out of Dublin, Ireland, the notorious Conor McGregor. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Herb Dean.
So Herb Dean's got the best seat in the house for this one. Our third man in the octagon, Conor McGregor.
Behind the block.
Ready. Taking on that man, 21-year-old Max Holloway, and it'll be interesting to see how Holloway responds to the pressure fighter, and it's McGregor landing early.
Wow. Showing a lot of wild stuff right away. He spent a lot of time in Iceland training with Gunnar Nelson, and he has a very similar style of stance. Gunnar, who's a brilliant Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner, but started off as a karate stylist. Oh, look at that front leg hook kick. Where do you see that? Very rare. And that's one of the things that you're seeing in Conor is this karate style stance. It's very unpredictable, along with a background in amateur boxing. He's a national amateur boxing champion.
And very much, as you say, shades of Gunnar Nelson, but just a great fluidity with Conor McGregor, and he continues to land upstairs on Max Holloway.
And that unpredictable nature of his attack makes Max hesitant. He doesn't know what's coming. It could be a front leg hook kick. It could be a front hand uppercut. A lot of wild, unorthodox openings. Good sweep, good switch kick by Max there. And that will certainly help him. Those legs are wide, the stance is wide, and if Max attacks those legs, they'll be there for him. Another thing to take into account is Max is very good on the ground, and Conor's 2 losses have come by submission. Look at this wild stuff. Jumping switch kick. That front leg hook kick, although you never see it in MMA, you rarely even see it in kickboxing. There was a man named Larry Kelly out of Massachusetts back in the day would knock people unconscious with a front leg hook kick. It was legendary. Bill Superfoot Wallace, another one, famous kickboxer, had a dynamic front leg hook kick. And it's interesting to see Conor McGregor utilizing that technique.
It is hard to simulate this type of pressure in training, too.
Yeah, that jumping switch kick is very unique, too. And he throws it with no wind-up. You see he's throwing these kicks, there's no switch, there's no step before he throws them. Very much karate style.
And, you know, Max Holloway came into this fight in terms of strikes landed per minute, second only to our UFC heavyweight champion, Cain Velasquez, in UFC history. But Conor McGregor getting off early and often here as we pass the midpoint of round 1.
That just shows you what a freak Cain Velasquez is, that 145-pound guy and him have a similar output ratio. You see the way he's throwing that kick, it's very much karate style, and he follows it up with a straight left hand, and Max looks a little bewildered there, taking some hard shots. And that's a nice switch. That would definitely help him. The more of those he can get off, the better. Slow down the movement and take away from the spring of Conor's attack, because it's one of the things that Conor likes to do, like that jumping switch. So few guys do that. Shogun used to do that a little bit in his younger days, but it's just it's an unusual technique, as is that front leg hook kick. There it is again. And he'll kick to the legs, Andy Hook style.
And you see the kicks and knees landed, starting to pile up for the Irishman, Conor McGregor, and uses that lead hand, too, to sort of paw and control his opponent.
And hands down. I mean, look where his hand positioning is. He's telling him to hit him. Go ahead, hit him. Oh, high kick. Beautiful uppercut. Good right hand over the top by Max. Max needs to get Conor's respect. And right now, he's just a little confused by all the offense that Conor's throwing his way. He's trying to wheel kick himself, but Conor saw it coming and stepped with it. Conor with the front leg side kick to the thigh.
Max Holloway growing up in a small town in Oahu, Hawaii. Certainly no shortage of mental toughness, and he's hanging in there.
He got clipped. That was a strong straight left there by Conor. Conor's just so relaxed in there. I mean, it's amazing. This is his second UFC fight, very high profile, and look how calm he is in there.
He believes he's immune to pressure, and that is certainly...
There's the head kick. Max is in all sorts of trouble here.
So Conor McGregor doing what he does through 5 minutes here against Max Holloway. So just the way Conor McGregor drew it up through 5 minutes here, and as he said to John Kavanagh in between rounds, not fatigued whatsoever. These are two conditioned featherweights here on display tonight.
He consistently does that jumping switch technique where he lifts up his right leg and then kicks with the left. Oh, good straight left by Conor. And Max Holloway's corner imploring him to attack that leg and to follow it up with a straight right. To move back and counter McGregor and get his respect. And I think that's imperative at this point for Max Holloway.
A lot of people have suggested Conor McGregor could be very successful in boxing, and then you see the kicking acumen. Just an absolute pleasure to watch on display here.
What's also excellent about the way he fights is his recognition of distance. Where he's in trouble, where he's not, and where he can land, and where his opponent can't. I guess Max moves in, you see he's really not there for him. But Max is a little bit more befuddled. And that's the much higher landing ratio that McGregor's showing.
Show you the total strikes to this point in the fight. McGregor 3-1 in terms of the ratio, outlanding Max Holloway. And really uses that lead hand as a rangefinder and not so much a jab.
You know, you can call it 3-1, but it's even more significant than that because it's the only real hard strikes are being landed by Conor. Right. So although Max has landed a few shots here and there, they've been glancing blows. And there, you see that straight left by Conor. I mean, I don't know how many of these Max can continue to take. You're seeing a lot of swelling in his face. And Conor is just getting loose. There's a good right hand there by Max, but he did it as he was moving. He didn't plant his feet, and there he did. But he got countered. Now he's digging his toes in.
Yep.
And that's what Max has got to do. He's got to land something significant. He's got to take away some of the confidence of Conor, and he's got to try to hurt him.
Very little wasted motion for Conor McGregor, and you see that nice uppercut on the inside there.
Now he's mixing up his tempo. Look how he's sort of slow baiting him there with like half-speed techniques.
And a nice left hand there. The crowd responds after that Holloway land.
Yeah, he's getting used to doing that same technique over again, that hop up with the right leg and throw the left kick. And that time, Max saw it coming. Here's that good straight left again. And good footwork as well, sliding to the side after that. There, he caught that kick. Took him down. Let's see his ground game now. And Max Holloway has a very good guard. Let's see if he attacks off of his back or if he just tries to hold Conor. Conor trying to step over that right leg of Max Holloway. Right now he's in guard, and he would like to get into a dominant position. Wants to try to step over that leg and then free his right leg as well. So he keeps trying to lift that leg up. Max recognizes it and closes off his full guard now. Max is also doing a real good job with his left arm. You note how he's clamping down the back of the neck of Conor. That's to keep Conor from posturing up. If Conor can lift his body up and straighten up, then he can generate power into his strikes. As long as Max is holding onto his neck, he's fairly safe in this position. But here he's not. Now he's not. Now he's in trouble. And now he's got to use his legs, push Conor off of him, and make sure that Conor can't get comfortable enough to land hard blows. Now he's controlling them again. So far, good defense by Max. Clamping down on the right arm of McGregor with an overhook, full guard here, and then closes off on his neck with his right arm. Good defense right now from Max. They're talking to each other. I don't know what they're saying, but yeah, I'm sure Conor McGregor is very well skilled in psychological warfare as well.
And
right now
continues to keep that pressure on, Joe.
But good guard by Max. You know, so far. Okay, now Conor sliced through it. Nicely done. Nicely done. Max recovered a bit of a quarter guard, not really quite a half guard, but he's just basically got his legs wrapped around the ankle, which is fairly easy to free up. Now it's almost half guard. He's gonna, if he wants to scoot out and kick off with his right leg, he should be free, and he is. Back to half guard, or back, excuse me, back to side control.
So the first 8 minutes of this one, we were up right now. Conor McGregor showing off the ground game here towards the end of round 2. All Conor McGregor to this point of the fight. Back to live action now. Max Holloway is wearing it as we get ready for our third and final round. We're seeing a lot more of Conor McGregor, obviously, after just a 67-second win in his UFC debut.
And they're switching it up with front leg side kicks. Max trying to counter with his kick. Good right hand by Max.
And if you're Max Holloway, Joe, I mean, what is the strategy in trying to sort of stem the tide here and mute this offense of Conor McGregor?
Well, I mean, I think that what he's got to do is somehow or another get Conor's respect. He's got to land something, or he's got to attempt a submission, lock something up. He's got to do something offensively, and so far he hasn't really been able to generate any offense. And because of Conor's unusual attacks, it started off very badly for him. So the momentum went immediately to Conor's side, and he's never been able to get it back. And now Conor goes to side control and almost mounts him, but a beautiful guard pass by McGregor. He's concentrating on the left arm, but he's also, the way he's wrapping his left arm around the neck of Max Holloway makes me think that he might be thinking about choking him as well. Or he might just move to a mounted crucifix and try to pound him out here. I think that's what he's going to try to do. Nope, mounts. He's going to mount him. Yep. Not quite. It looks like the left leg's still trapped. Max is a very tricky guard. Very good defensively off his back. And Conor's left leg is almost, now he's free. And now Max rolls him over, and Max is out. Nicely done by Max. Beautiful takedown by McGregor. But in the half guard for Max. Max has done a really good job at not allowing McGregor to get the full mount and regaining guard. Good defensive guard, but very little offense here. Like in this position, he's got his right arm around McGregor's head, but he's not even attempting for a guillotine. He's not even trying to threaten it.
A scary proposition to think of Conor McGregor as he continues to work on that offensive jiu-jitsu game, a Brazilian jiu-jitsu purple belt.
Full mount. Now he's got him, and the reason why he got that is because he secured the head and arm, and by doing that and holding on to his arms in that position, he forced Max into a position where Max couldn't put his hands on his hips. Now Conor has full guard. Max is trying to utilize his legs to separate the feet of Conor and maybe shift his hips and get it back to some sort of a half guard or perhaps full guard again. But Max he's being controlled here totally by Conor McGregor. But McGregor not generating anything offensive here. Just holding on to him, slapping him a little bit.
Putting weight on that melon. 2 minutes to go in our third and final round. And you see in this third round, almost half the round, Conor McGregor has been in top position.
He's not doing anything offensively from here, though. Now he is. He's moving. Now Max is shifting. Now he's getting some ground and pound in. Now he's got the back. Hard shots by McGregor from the top. Boy, that left arm is a gift wrap right there. He can just take that arm if he wants to. Hook it and go. He doesn't want to, though. He wants to hold the position and keep ground and pounding him, and he shifts back to mount. Big shots by McGregor. Max wraps his arms around him, try to keep Conor from posturing up. Max may try to scoot out the back door. If he can make a bit of an explosion, perhaps underhook one of those legs. He's got to do something to get out of this mount. Now here's shifting, he's out. Nicely done by Max Holloway.
And as he gets up, he's greeted by a knee from Conor McGregor. So we are upright again.
Head kick, look at this. Max is going for it. McGregor turns the corner, takes him down again. Very nice.
So Conor McGregor continues to score. You got to respect the effort of Max Holloway here. Hasn't given up, but easier said than done when you have a guy like Conor McGregor doing with you what he wants to do here through much of the fight.
Well, especially the first round was an absolutely brilliant performance by McGregor. The second and third have been less devastating, but still dominant.
Let's finish this part, 10 seconds.
So the crowd responding here down the stretch. Conor McGregor with a dominant performance here tonight in Boston against Max Holloway. And perhaps Max Holloway now knows what the hype is all about. The move of the fight is brought to you by Metro PCS 4G for all.
And there's McGregor with a high kick, lead uppercut, front leg hook kick, a lot of very unorthodox techniques. Look at that beautiful straight left. And there's a nice short right counter while avoiding the left, or excuse me, the right of Max Holloway.
All right, what do you think will be the best move of the night? Tweet and let us know. The hashtag is MetroMove. All right, when we return, we get to the official decision on McGregor and Holloway. Stay with us. It's the UFC. It is Fox Sports 1. And coming up September 4th, The Ultimate Fighter will be right here on America's new sports network, Fox Sports 1. World champion Ronda Rousey and Miesha Tate bring their rivalry to the house as coaches, and for the first time, women will compete along with the men to see who can become the Ultimate Fighter. The new season of The Ultimate Fighter premieres Wednesday, September 4th, right here on Fox Sports 1, and our UFC Women's Bantamweight champion Ronda Rousey is in the building, still backstage celebrating her teammate Manny Gamborian's win earlier tonight. All right, the official decision is in. We go inside the octagon to Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges score the contest 30-27, 30-27, and 30-26. Declaring the winner by unanimous decision, the notorious Conor McGregor.
I'm here with the winner, Conor McGregor. Congratulations, Conor. Now, I gotta tell you something, man. I've been in the UFC for a long time. I've never seen a fighter with only one fight in the octagon get as much hype behind him as you. What do you attribute that to? You hear that? That's not normal, man.
It's crazy. I honestly don't know. I'm lost for words. I wanted to keep it standing and put him away. In the second round, I caught a kick. Tried to advance the pass, past his half guard, and he caught my leg in an awkward position and bridge and rolled. And my whole knee just popped out midway through the second round. And when we stood back up, I was just wobbly on it. That's when the third had to change it up and look for the takedown. And I'm not happy I didn't get the finish, but this support is unreal. And thank you everyone so much.
You did a great job of adjusting and a brilliant job of just absolutely befuddling him with your very techniques in the first round. The plan going in here was to stand with him?
Most certainly, you know, wherever the fight goes, I don't plan nothing, you know. there is no plan. I just come in and let it free, but I knew Max is a tough competitor, and I knew he was going to give me some great exchanges, and he did. But midway through the second, I got that injury. You must improvise, adapt, and overcome, because anything can happen inside this octagon. So,
Conor McGregor, you're a unique cat, and the hype is deserved, sir. Can't wait to see you again. Conor McGregor, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, brother.
And Matt, Flag of Ireland, a good look on you, Joe Rogan. So Conor McGregor adapted and he overcame. He has now won 10 straight fights, and you can be sure bigger fights await.